Now, Ms. Fakhra Khan, a PhD scholar in the field of comparative religion from International Islamic University, Islamabad, she will talk on the topic The Understanding of Leadership Through the Perspective of the West and Islam, an analysis of the Western and Islamic values. Mike, yours, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everyone. Let me start by thanking the organizer of this fruitful event. The topic of my paper is The Understanding of Leadership Through the Perspective of the West and Islam, an analysis of the Islamic and Western values. Leadership is the visual element for every country. It enables one to manage the continuing process in society. It is the ability to develop a vision that motivates one to move with a passion toward a common goal. So, in short, leadership plays a crucial role in sustaining society and religious norms. So, under the background of study understanding of leadership, the presentation will clarify the two worldviews. Like on the one hand we have Islam and on the other side we have a West. So as we know that the Western ideologies are the product of enlightenment, rationalism and scientific technologies, hence their concept of leadership is far from the human values. So in human values including responsibility and feeling. So while Islam is a religion that provides a complete code of life and expression to the whole life of a human being, it stresses both the entities of materialism and spirituality while the Western values lacking this inner dimension. After briefly talking about the definition of leadership and the background to the study, now we move toward the third slide, and that is Western understanding of leadership. As through the diagram, you can understand that the Western theories of leadership are based on different theories like trait theory, Hickman theory, behavioral theory, contingency theory. So these are the different theories about leadership that play a very important role in emergence of Western context. As we have known that the Western worldview can be identified with pluralism, secularism, modernism, and materiality. So it is the product of reform movement, enlightened movement. As the name in the name is clear that it is a lacking spirituality. So under the context of regarding the Western concept of leadership, in this background there are different theories. So like as we have before talking about the like this briefly we talk about the trait theory that focus on individual character of successful leaders, and the second one is great man theory that focus on leadership are born not made. Like this approach stresses that a person is born with or without the necessary trait of leadership. And the second one theory is behavioral theory, that this leadership theory focus on the action of leaders, not on internal state. And the last one theory is contingency theory, that the behavior of leader depend on characteristics of situation leader in it. So the successful leadership is based on the subordinate task and the group individuality. Under the context regarding the Western concept of leadership, so we can say that there are different theories about its emergence in the Western context. So now we move toward the another side, and that is concluding remarks on Western understanding of leadership. So above mentioned discussion about the Western worldview regarding leadership, it seems that these theories stresses individual characters, less focus on human values, feelings. The thing that matter most is achieving the goals set by leaders. So secondly, given less acknowledgement to religious law. Thirdly, we can say that they divide individual and professional life. Hence, the main attribute of such theories of leadership are experience, skills to achieve self-interest. So the aim is based on the attainment of some organizational goals. So lastly, we can say that the Western concept of leadership is based on approaches that clarify this worldly, do not emphasize the hereafter, and just focus almost all action to the worldly matters. And the last point about Islamic understanding of leadership is it is an act of ibadah. Like how is it an act of ibadah that Islamic leadership proves the strength of reason making the leaders and followers in action neither any effort to oppress others. They do for the sake of Allah, thus and consequently act of ibadah. As the Western concept of leadership based approaches of leadership, while practicing leadership in Islam is conceived as the act of ibadah. As in Islamic tradition, leaders get the superior position due to the knowledge they have and their commitment to Sharia. So on such basis, we can conclude here the Islamic understanding of leadership, that Islamic leadership is an appointment process. No superiority of any class of leadership, the superiority of just Quran and Sunnah. So Islam considers the election of as a cooperative responsibility. Leadership is considered as a part of worshipping Allah. So Islamic leadership is an act of amanah. It is doing good for the sake of Allah. By analyzing the understanding of two worldviews regarding leadership, it can be argued that the Western understanding of leadership divides the individual and professional life. In other words, their primary task concerns ensuring self-interest, worldly happiness, success, so or they are far from the concept of ultimate reality or spirituality, and they are far from the human values, human freedom, human concern. However, the understanding of the leadership in Islamic concept is based on the teaching of the Quran and the Sunnah, which provide the complete code of life regarding this world and hereafter as well. So, Islam is a concern for humanity, society, and it is not individual concern as the Western ideologies are based on. Consequently, through this analysis of both worldviews, the paper stresses rethinking Islamic leadership by returning to the Islamic texts of Islam. At the end of this presentation, I just want to present some suggestions regarding the improvement of current situation. So as we know that in the contemporary time Muslim Ummah comes under Western influences, so the Muslim concept of leadership seems to be faded under the exterior design of Western ideology and replacement with the Western idea of secularism, individuality, feminism, liberalism, etc. So like study like this can help in reviving the Islamic understanding of leadership. In addition, this study help in many ways, such as to practically implement of it. So the primary solution to all the above mentioned challenges in Muslim go back to the Al-Quran and the Sunnah of Holy Prophet. That is the best solution that is different from the Western materialism solution. I sincerely appreciate your attention this evening.